All right, welcome back, everyone. Back live at the 2019 CCS Vancouver Island Championships, Day 4. Watching a little 8-ball teams. This is first round of the A division. This should be a good match. Two good teams here. And the rest of the A division will continue at 7:30 tonight. They got to wait around for a couple teams to qualify through the B division into the A division. That's why the long wait. Thank you for tuning in, CJ. Things are going good. Thanks everyone out there. If you got your volume on, you can hear me, click that share button. Going to be lots of good pool today and tomorrow. You'll have to excuse our not quite lined up split screen here. We got two different cameras, so Greg, that's why one looks green and one looks blue. They both are green. Just the lighting in here and the different cameras makes it appear different. There's no direct lights over the tables, so that's why the picture looks a little funny. Bit of a tricky 8-ball on that right table, jacked up over this ball on the rail. That's the first game on the board for collateral damage. So we got Mr. Don Davidson getting to the table here. You guys might have got to watch him play yesterday. Played him in the final. He played great the whole tournament. Super, super finish. To get second in that field, not easy. You might have got to watch this gentleman on the left play a little bit yesterday. Steven played a few matches on the stream yesterday and the day before. So I'll hang out with you guys for this match and maybe the next match. Next match we have coming up at 3 o'clock will be the Prevail team playing the Whoever Can Make It team. That'll be a good match too. Paul Mack on the right here, wide open spaces. Shooting low ball, play the 7 and the 5. And maybe save the 1 ball to get on the 8. Try to get a good angle on the 5 to get all the way up table to the 3 or the 2. Possibly the 4 on the side. Well, if he's got enough angle here, though. I don't think this is where he wanted to be. Good morning, James. Yeah, afternoon now. Well, Paul got a bit of a favorable rub there. I think he's got good angle on the 1. He can roll forward to play the 4 in the right side. That'll lead him to the 3-2. Just has to make a good pot here. Oh, he tried to get down on that 3-2 right away. Now he's going to have to shoot the 4, jacked up a little bit. Tough shot. Tough shape. Maybe plays a little safe. If he cuts the 3, the cue ball's going into the 2 pretty heavy. Tough to predict where that's going to end up. Oh, he's got the extension out, so he doesn't need the rest. That'll help make this shot a little bit easier to pot. Oh, he missed the pot, and I think Don will just hit the right side of the 15 and make the 3 with the cue ball. And hope he gets cover behind the 8. Unless this combination's wired up, which it looks like it's pretty close. That's what he's called. Then he can try to develop the 15 later, or maybe follow it in with the 3 ball. Oh, he lost that cue ball a little bit. Got away with it. That's 2-0 collateral damage.
Question for you. At the 9 ball right here, cue ball here, do you play the cut to the side or do you bank it or what do you do?
Don's calling the 10 in. Just going to try to follow the 10 in with the 3. See if he plays a bit of a 2-way. Oh, purely all pot. Good shot there from Don. Keep clicking that share button for me, guys. Just about got up over 100 viewers there. I know there's a lot of other pool to watch today, but we're going to have some good stuff going on here in Nanaimo. 8-ball team event's always a fun one. Exciting, high pressure. Oh, he slow rolls it. That's risky because if that ball rolled at all, he might have caught the 8 on the way in. That's a tidy little out there from Don. That's going to put them up 3-0. Race to 13 here. Still a long way to go, but Got to be careful they don't start running away with it. We got the CSL viewer advantage here, guys. If you haven't got in it yet, you're going to want to get in it soon. We're going to draw that tomorrow night. $20 per advantage pack. If you win, you get your choice of a Jacoby Black, T3 Jump Break Cue, or JB Case up to $620 value. Overdrew that ball on the left table. He wanted to be on the 6, I think. Got too much juice on it. He needs to play the 3, but tries to find angle on the 1 next to get him to the 6 or the 7. This is not easy. Looks like he's done pretty well there, actually. What's up, Jeff from Detroit? I did indeed win my match last night. Haven't played in the team event yet. I didn't get to play in the 9-ball teams because I was playing singles all day. But my team did win the 9-ball event. And 8-ball teams for us, we got to bye first round, so we don't play until 7:30 tonight. That's 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. Well, I'm surprised he would hit the ball like that on the left table because he put the 8 in a weird spot now, too. He's going to shoot the 7 here and try to go 2 rails to get on the 6 in the same pocket. This is a tricky little shot to control. And he's got to make sure he has the proper angle on the 6. If he has the wrong angle on the 6 going towards the 9, then the 9-13 there, then he'll be in big trouble. Good afternoon, Michelle. Looks like he's hit it perfect here. That's good. He's got the right angle. Now he can shape the 2 in the side and then play the 8 in the top left. Just come over, see exactly where he wants to be on the 2. Don't think he needs to hit it with draw. I think he can hit it with just middle ball or top. Looks like he's got the right angle for that. That's a really good shot. Really good shot on the left there. He's got perfect. Now he can use the side rail here if he needs to, but I feel like he can just roll it. Doesn't need to go all the way to the rail, but we'll see what he does here. Yeah, he went to the side rail and he just about froze the cue ball on it. I don't think he'll ever miss this. Still pretty routine, even though the cue ball's on the rail. Shouldn't matter. Okay, Pool Hub on the board. Nice little run out there. They got Blair Wenzel at the table on the right, so they can get this to 3-2 pretty quick. He's got a slightly tricky layout. He might have to shoot the 1 ball first and go into the 3 or the 5 here. Ideally the 5, break out the 5. A little bit of draw, maybe a little bit of right spin. He's giving it the long look, but I feel like that's really the only shot is shoot the 1 and go into the 5. Just trying to figure out what he's going to get shape on here. You don't want to blast this. You just want to hit it controlled. Yeah, that's what he was worried about, was getting stuck over there and not having a shot. Yeah, just the lights, Jeff. Just the lights. The cloth isn't a different color. Just the lighting is a little tricky. It's because there's no direct lights over the tables. They are just the room lights. Oh, Blair with another chance. This one's a little bit easier than his last one. Shoot the 5, then the 3, and then work his way up table. Try to get a good angle on the 3 to get to the 6 near the bottom left here. Looks like he's shooting the 3 first, which surprises me a little. That was a bit of a loose stroke. Got a good rub, though. So have you guys out there been watching any of the stream from Manitoba? A couple of other good tournaments going on. We were watching some snooker earlier. A little bit of Ronnie O'Sullivan to start the day. Yeah, Blair should get this to 3-2. Little bounce there. Stun this 2 ball in. Just make sure the 9 doesn't block the cue ball. Shot by Steven there on the left table. Needs to play one more good shot. Stroke there from Blair. That'll get it to 3-2. See if Steven can tie it up there. At the table on the left. Smart shot. He was probably hoping he would nudge the 6 a little further away from the 8. So the 8 would go in the top left. But I don't think it does. So he's going to need to try to find shape on this 8 somehow. Not easy. Definitely have to play some sort of draw. Maybe go around 2 rails to shoot the 8 in the left side. I don't know if you could stay on the left side of it to shoot it in the right side. Nudged it to nowhere land. Really thin cut here in the side. Super, super thin. It's a race to 13. Ben and Jeff, our streams are always free. Always free here at Q Sports Live. We are firm believers that first you need to build the viewing audience and get pool out to the masses. We want people who don't play pool to watch pool. Then we can start approaching some bigger advertising companies.
$20. Everybody's like, come back later, come back later.
P-Mac with the yellow glove. Pretty styling. Pretty styling yellow glove Mr. Max got there. You guys can't see it right now, but he's playing on that right table. We'll get to see it if his opponent lets him shoot. What's up, Chris? Yeah, that was a super tough cut, Michelle. Real, real tough. Another chance for Steven here, but I'm not really sure he's got a makeable shot. The bank in the bottom left possibly goes. I don't think the cut in the top left goes. So he might have to bank this in the bottom left. A little bit tricky. The 7, I think, is out of the way, but it's got to be pretty close. Tricky little table on the right. Needs to develop the 3 somehow. I think the 7 can help him do that, but he went for it right there and made the 8. Very nearly. That spells probably a long game over there. Yeah, he's eyeing up this bank, so I wouldn't aim the bank natural. I'll aim it so that I'm hitting the 8 a little thicker, but I'm playing it with lots of right siding. That changes the angle. It'll spin it in a little bit. That way it misses the 7. Got close, but not close enough. All right, we get to see Mr. Max styling yellow glove here. It's a good one, that yellow glove, let me tell you. One of the nicer gloves I've seen. Smart shot by Paul there. Just move the 11 out of there. Put the pressure on his opponent to try to find a way to get the 7, 3, and the 4 all up table. All 3 of those balls need to somehow go in this bottom right or bottom left corner. It's possible the 3 or the 7 might go in the side pocket, but this is tricky. Doesn't really have makeable opening shot. He might try to find a safe here. Yeah, he's just trying to tie up the balls more, but did not successfully accomplish what he was trying. It's a pretty good look for Paul here. I think he can run this out. Tough ball might be that 11. Up there by the rack spot. He might be able to get on it right now. Good shot on the left. Gives him a shot on the 8 to take a 4-2 lead. Nicely done. 4-2 collateral damage. Oh, Paul missed a pretty routine side shot there. That's surprising. He's in real tough here on the right because he pushed that 1 ball to a bad spot. I might try to tie up the 8 here. Poor skills. What are you talking about, Robert? What you talking about? These guys got mad skills. These are good players. We're watching the A division here, guys. First round of the A division. We'll have a good match coming up next in about an hour's time. We'll have the Prevail team playing whoever can make it. That'll be a B division match. A couple of Calgary teams there. Should be a good one. Look at this shot. Howdy, hit it, folks. And this could actually work pretty well. He can back cut this 3 in the bottom left and maybe get that 1 ball out of there. And then he might have to bank the 4 as well, unless he gets perfect angle on the 1 to somehow get below it. Donnie Davidson on the table on the left plays a little draw shot. Looks like he broke that ball out just enough. Possibly goes. He's shooting over top of the 7, trying to pot the 14 is pretty tricky to avoid running into those balls, so I think he'll be running into the 15 again, but he should get a shot on the side when he runs into this. The problem is so hard to hit this with inside spin and avoid crashing into those balls, so just gotta hit it with top. Go into the 15 again, see what happens. Oh, he played it pretty heavy and ended up maybe catching a little siding. That's why he overcut it. I think I'll hang out with you guys for another rack or two, and then I'll take a little breather before the next match at 3. But I am curious who wins this match, so I'll be hanging out watching.
Plugged in. Lights going on and off. Okay. CBD.
Oh, for smoking. Oh, okay.
Wayne, I did not win the 9-ball singles, but I won the 8-ball singles. I'll take it. Would have been nice to win both, but can't have it all. Can't be that lucky. I was lucky enough to win the 8-ball singles. I'll take that. Paulie Mack gets it to 4-3 here, so I think I'll watch this rack on the left, see what happens here, and then I'll run to the washroom quick. Take a little break, make sure I'm back for the 3 o'clock match. Give you guys some commentary for the Prevail versus whoever can make it. Should be a good one. That's one I want to watch too because they're all good friends. Should be a fun one.
Side bets.
Taking side bets. Maybe they'll side bet each other. You get a Prevail Q if you win. Side bet a Q. It's like playing for pink slips.
Upper versus his one he's got for sale.
I'm not sure. It looks like he's eyeing up the 3-ball here on the left table. Don't know if he could just slow roll it and hold for the 4 on the side next, or if he needs to go all the way to the rail and back. Either way, he should be okay. He's using the rail with inside spin. It's a good shot. He wanted to shoot the 2 and then the 1 to get on the 5. But if the combination's wired, which is what he's looking at here, then that's fine. You can shoot the 1, then the 2-5 combo. That'll open it up. Speaking of styling gloves, check out the glove Blair Wenzel's got. Real styling. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. These guys got some cool gloves, this Pool Hub. Different stuff. Yeah, combination went, but does the 2 go now? Gotta be real tight if he's looking that close. The eye roll, the head cocked to one side tells me probably doesn't go. I don't know if he's really got another option though. Might have to just try and squeeze it in there. I don't think he can shoot the 4 and somehow get on the 2, so. Even if it doesn't go, he might need to try to squeeze it in, maybe plug the hole, leave the cue ball right on the 8 or something. He had lots of room there, and he nudged the 8 out nicely, too. All he needs to do here is just play a stop shot. I wouldn't try to roll this and get easier on it. Just a stop is fine. Good shot there. 8 ball in the top right for a 5. Oh, sorry, a 4-4. This could tie it up, this 8 ball. Well, he hit it pretty slow, but he hit it real good. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off for a minute. Take a half an hour breather. I'll be back in time for the 3 o'clock match. All right, looks like I only missed a few games there, but Pool Hub has taken their first lead. They were down 3-0 in this match. So they won 7 of the next 8 games. Pretty good. Let's watch Don's break on this right table here. He's got one of the biggest breaks in this game. He absolutely crushes it. Oh, he laid off that one a little bit. Still hit it about as pure as you ever could. Real nice break. That's how you get deep in the singles events. You got to be breaking good. Well, it's no surprise he won the A-side breaking like that. I got lucky I played him on the other table where it was breaking tough. He said after the first set, he goes, "You want to switch tables?" He goes, "That table's breaking tough. You want to switch?" I'm like, "Not a chance." Because I'm breaking good on that tough breaking table. He's got a real nice look here. If the 3 goes by the 8 in the top left, then there's not much work to do other than pot this 2 ball. Miss-hit it. Goes in the side, but getting to the 1 ball is going to be a little tougher. Cue ball's going the wrong way. He's got to put a big stroke on this. Draw to the rail and back out somehow. Real tough. Yeah, he was going to be hooked even if that ball went in. I thought he hit it good to pocket it, but wouldn't have mattered anyway. Although he might have made a jump shot or something. You never know. But Blair with not the easiest of layouts here, considering Don moved a lot of the balls out of his way. That 10 ball right near the side pocket on the rail is a really tricky ball. I can't tell how far past the side it is. If he could play the 15 off of that ball in and move it, or play the 11 at some point. I think he's going to shoot the 12 first if he can see the 12. He's looking at the 15 off that ball, and he shakes his head, so I think the 10 is too far past for the 15 to go off it. If it's frozen, it's just really, really tough to make in the top right, even if you got perfect on it. Yeah, I see that, Michelle. He's working overtime there. Just can't buy a roll, but he might be able to pot this 14 in. I think that's the 14 there. Looks like, no, it's the 12. So he might be able to pot the 12 in with the 5. Possibly have a bank on the 11. He's in tough here. Blair's got behind these 2 balls to the side on the right table, so we'll see if he goes in off this ball, if that shot's on. There is another good shot here where you just shoot the 13 into that ball, call safe, and freeze him on the 15. But then you give him a free kick. If you can run out, you should run out. You hate to give the guy a free shot, and then he makes some kind of wizard kick, and you don't get back to the table. Happens more often than you think. He's going to have to shoot it now, or possibly play this ball on the end rail with low left and try to go into it. Break it out. That 10 ball on the right side rail there. Looks like he's aiming low and left. Just a bit of a tricky bridge, too. A little bit close to the rail. He's having a laugh because he says this is not ideal. He's going to jack up just a little bit. Low left into the 10. Oh, I hit it really hard. Lost control. He's on the 15, and he's relatively straight, but he has that just a hair of angle where he could maybe punch this over and get on the 10 to the top right. I don't think he has much of an option now. Yeah, we're going to see him punch this one. I don't think he can get behind it. He'd have to freeze the cue ball right on the rail where he's looking at now if he played draw. That's a risky shot. If you don't get there, you're in big trouble. I thought about this bank too, but if it's frozen, the bank is real tough. Looks like we got 50 people on the YouTube, 85, 86 on the Facebook. Do me a favor, guys, click that share button for me. Share to some pool groups and stuff you're a part of. I know there's lots of other pool going on today too, so you guys are probably watching multiple matches, but we'll be here all day. Team 8-ball all day. Well, let's see if he can pot this, and if the cue ball hits the horn. I really don't think so. Not from my angle, but been proven wrong before on these. Tough to see from here. Yeah, he doesn't like it. I don't blame him. He doesn't really have an option here. He needs to just try to make this and hope he doesn't scratch. He can hit a little more full and cheat the pocket a bit, but I really don't think this works. Just have to hit it with top. Hope it hits the horn. Yeah, he hates it. I don't blame him. I think he should have looked at getting to the other side of it. He could have looked at that a lot earlier in the rack, too, to get on the other side of it. Or maybe that safety that I called earlier if he wasn't sure about this. He's going for it. Oh, he didn't scratch, so it was makeable from there. We'll see Don get out from here, shoot the one in the side. Get this to 7-5. I think Don will hit this with draw, being bottom. Maybe a little bit of outside just to change the angle a bit. Make the pot a bit easier. And keep the cue ball off the rail a bit. He'd rather have more angle on this than he has, but I don't think it'll matter. The 8's nice and close to the pocket. Looks like he's going to power draw this all the way to the rail where his cue is and back out to middle table. That should work. That's a big miss at possibly a really big time in this match, because 7-5 or 8-4 is a big swing. Although, free chance on the left table that Poole had probably didn't think they were getting. See if he can figure out a way to win that game. I think the only real way to win over there is to make the 11. Get shape on the 12 to make the 5 and play safe behind the 8. And you can actually leave the jump shot on, because the 12 is going to cover the hole where the 8 is. So even if he makes the jump, the 8 doesn't have an easy pocket. I like playing this with low English, but he's eyeing it up with top. I would just stun it out to around middle table. Looked like he was trying to break it out, but I think that was maybe too brave of a shot. He could have played shape for a bank too and then run into the 8, but that was maybe the last option. Yeah, it's funny how quick these matches change, right? You're down 3-0. Next thing you know, you're up 8-4. Momentum's on your side. The swings in this game are crazy. They keep trying to use that turtle rack over there, or that knockoff turtle rack. It's not working. I think what he needs to do on the left here is shoot the 5 and go heavy into the 12 and try to get it out of the way of the 8. Unless he can see the 7. I guess he can see the 7. I thought the 8 was in the way. Screen view is a little deceiving here. So definitely shoot the 7, then shoot the 5, and then play the 8 in the same pocket as the 7. This isn't too bad. He just needs to make sure he can see the 5. Can just go one rail here. Just hit about half of the 7 or a quarter of the 7. Just like that. You just play a little stop shot here. You got all the room in that pocket you could ask. So doesn't need to put it right in the middle of the pocket. He can put it in the left side of that pocket. Keep the cue ball out to the right a little bit. Yeah, Kenny, that's what it is. It's a knockoff turtle rack. It's not a true turtle rack. I think there was something with the Magic Rack where the original maker of that Magic Rack actually didn't patent it. And since then, I think you can't patent it. All right, collateral damage stops the bleeding a little bit there, gets it to 8-5. Nice little combo there on the right table. Quick shout out to this tournament coming up, guys. The Ashton Twins Classic. It's a women's pro event with $20,000 added to the prize fund. That's January 2nd to 5th at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Also going to have some added money amateur events running alongside. They'll have a men's 8-ball and 9-ball and a women's 8-ball and 9-ball. Also, second chance tournament. All kinds of good stuff going on there, guys. So if you want some more info on that, you can message us or you can contact twinsclassic2020@gmail.com for all the entry details. And of course, a free live stream brought to you by Q Sports Live. Look out, 8-ball. Ooh. Some notable names in that tournament. Ashton Twins Classic. Allison Fisher. April Larson. Who else we got there? We got Christina Catch. So many good players. Pretty much a who's who of the best women players in the world. Well, that's not how he wanted to play that. Oh, and look at the messy break on that left table. Bad rack. That's what that is. Paul won't mind. Paul will try to pick this apart. Oh, that's not Paul. That's Steven. I thought this was Paul's game. Brent says finals will be machine versus eggs people. That was my prediction too, Brent. Good prediction there, sir. But who really knows? I mean, these tournaments are so tough. The team event is just the craziest thing. You just never know what can happen. Oh, I'm surprised he overcut that 5. I thought he actually hit it pretty good, considering how tough that shot was. Steven on this left table, he might only be like one breakout away from this table opening right up. It probably looks worse than it is. Really, if he goes into those balls once, he should end up okay. Tricky little shot on the right if he's going to shoot the 11 jacked up over that ball. I'd rather shoot this 15 to the left of the rack spot. That way you're not shooting over a ball. I'll get on the 11 later on. Just shooting over a ball is like the toughest shot. Toughest shot in pool. Over a ball or off a rail. Now, he did well there. But he tied up the 13-15. Has he landed on this 13 properly? Looks like he has because he called it. Where's the 15 going? In the pocket. Time saver. Not an easy shot here, though. He needs to really punch this over. He's going to look to see if the 14 will pass the 5. That would be ideal. If it doesn't, he needs to hit this like break speed to punch it over to play the 14 in the same pocket. Looks like he just got enough, but now he's reaching and bridging over the 8 with a thin cut, losing the cue ball a bit. Probably needs to run into the 8 ball.
There was still a second chance here. 9 ball only had a second chance. It's not qualified. Eight ball, okay.
Yeah, he made a good shot there, but now he needs to make a really good bank. He's called the bank in the bottom right.
Trying to print all these?
That's in the heart. What a shot. Really big shot, too. 8-6 now. Still anybody's game.
You'll see if it's all fair.
We got a good match coming up after this one, too. We're going to have the Prevail team playing the Whoever Can Make It team. Those are both Calgary teams. That should be a good one. Looks like Steven's shooting stripes here. He's missed the 9. It's a tricky little shot when you got to hit it slow. Not easy for his opponent, though, with the 7 tied up like that. So he needs to get below the 5, which he didn't do. What he wanted to do was get close to this bottom rail with enough angle to spin into the 7. He can still spin into it, but it's much tougher to control that stroke. Does the kick in the side go? That's the question now. The bank definitely doesn't, but the kick might. Kenny, my team's name in this event is The Machine. I'm playing with The Machine. Which is myself, Russ Whittle, Dan Gombach, Mark Downey, and Jeremiah Hampton. And we played this event last year. We won the 8-ball and the 9-ball teams. And they won the 9-ball teams last night. I didn't get to play. I was playing the singles all day. That was a crafty little shot he tried to play there on the left. He did try to play the bank, but he tried to move the 11 out of the way with the cue ball. Very nearly genius. But yeah, they asked me to play in the final last night. I said, "Do you want to play? You can play." I said, "Not a chance. You guys have played good all day without me. Why would I ruin it?" So I didn't, and they double dipped. Steven on the left here. Just a weird angle on the cue ball close to the rail shooting this 11. So he needs to get underneath it, draw it with low right spin. Nudges the 9-ball, I think, perfectly. Can see the 13. Thanks, Kenny. Our first match is at 7:30. That'll be on the stream table. Should be a good one. I think we play one of the teams that'll come out of the B division, one of the teams that'll qualify. That's 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. Two-six combo on the right table there. Now he can use the 2 to break the 5-10. Just wants to be careful where that 10 ball goes. You don't want it going all the way up the rail and tying up the 4-1. The problem is you have to hit this fairly hard to get on a ball after you break it out. And that sends the 10 into the 1. The 4-1 combination is there, so he's okay. Shoot the 5 in the side, then play the 4-1 combo. He's in good shape here. Well, he's overran that quite a bit. I think he needs to shoot the 7 now. Unless he wants to play a little safer, bank the 1. It's possible he could shoot the 7, then the 1. Swing around for the 4 in the same pocket. He might not need to play a combination here. There's a little window between the 4-10. Just a stop shot here should do. Oh, but he missed the pot. It goes over to see if the 10 goes, and it does. It'll cheat in there. Doesn't go to the full pocket, but it has room to slide in. His opening shot's not easy, though. I don't think he really has a makeable opening shot, so he's eyeing up safe here. Kicking the 8 on the left. Well, if he can shoot this 7 and find shape on the 8, this will get it to 8-7. I'm not sure why he didn't just use the rail, but this is okay. Just got to make a pot here. Slow rolls it in nicely. 8-7. Tight match here, guys. This is a good one. Click that share button for me. A quick ad or two, maybe, while we're waiting for a shot on the right table.
Yeah. But we do have time after ours, so we're on with it.
Oh, he tried the masse. Tried to just put the little swerve on it. Didn't work. Still a bit of a tough opening shot. You could cut the 15 in the side, but you risk that cue ball getting away from you. And you can play the stripe closest to the 8 ball, but you don't want to be rolling that much distance. And I don't think you can jack up and stun it in. It's pretty tough here. Cue ball is close to the rail. Oh, he did manage to stun it in. Caught it with some stun follow. Now he's going to play the 15 past the 14 in the bottom right, or he's going to play this hanger down here first. If he can see it, which it looks like he can. You don't want to hit this too slow. He got all 7 feet for it to maybe roll out a little, so you want to hit this with a little pace. That's sort of what he's worried about here, is getting shape. He doesn't want to overhit this, but he doesn't want to underhit it and let it roll, so not as easy as it looks. Oh, and he did risk the roll too. He was a little worried about it, but he's perfect here. I actually like playing the 14 ball first here. Shape the 15 in the top right. I don't bother trying to get shape in the side here. It's easy to get off angle somewhere weird. Sort of like this. Tricky little shot on the 8, but he drills it. And that stops the bleeding a little bit for Pool Hub there. They let a couple games in a row slip away, but back on track, up 9-7 here. Another shout out to one of our sponsors here. Another ad. Jam Up Apparel. Go check them out online, jamupapparel.com. Lots of cool stuff on there. Men's clothes, ladies' clothes, kids' clothes, all kinds of cool different designs. And that's the home of the Q Sports Live gear. You want to get yourself some Q Sports Live swag, go check it out. James, yeah. I haven't really had a chance to watch much hockey, but I'll start watching more in the new year. Once I move again and get cable. I haven't had cable for a few months. I didn't bother getting it when I moved into my new place. Mostly all I watch is pool, so. But then I didn't realize how much I would miss cable and being able to watch hockey and basketball. I just watch a ton of DAZN. There's like tennis on there and darts and snooker and so start following a little more Flames hockey in the new year. Blair's got real funny on this last stripe. He made a good breakout, but he got a little unlucky. I feel like he's looking at banking this off the 5 in the bottom left. I think the highest percentage shot here is actually to kick off the top rail where he's standing. Try to kick it to the bottom right. I think that's his highest percentage to pot the ball. And just because 14's not quite frozen to the rail, there's a little space there, so he actually has the second rail too. Yeah, it seems like whatever that template rack they have there is no good. It's not seeming to do the trick. I'm a firm believer of the triangle when it comes to bar box pool. I think there's a skill to racking. Yeah, he played the kick, but it did not go. Pretty basic look here to get this to 9-8. And with Don at the table on the right, they can get this to 9-9 pretty quick.
The Rose is on her way over. We'll see what's going on now.
A division. There's no table assignment for magic moments.
Yeah, James, I've seen a handful of people trying to do that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But they might try that instead, or just figure out how to rack with the triangle. You can get the balls to settle in there. I played around with it a little bit yesterday and managed to find a spot where they sit nicely. On the left there, I think he should shoot the 4 now, clear the pocket for the 3. He's good on the 1, but I like saving the 1 for later.
We're still waiting for these guys to come up while we get by. So magic moments. We'll go over here. Tomorrow morning. 9 a.m.
I want to learn this. So
Okay, so here's like when I'm scheduling.
okay, awesome.
What do you mean by you train the table with the magic rack?
I mean, you can do
Not
this.
sure I follow.
Shake everything up so you can see.
Not sure I'm picking up what you're putting down there, James. Well, pretty routine missed pot on that 3 ball there from collateral damage, so this could be 10-7.
But I got table 1 to 36 all in this.
See if Blair can swing this cue ball around to get shape on the 8. Does he go 2 rails, or does he just play this 1 rail to shoot the 8 in the top right?
Home when I'm playing around with my laptop.
I like going 2 rails here, but oh, he's going 3 and into it, and that's not where he wanted to be. Could he jack up and maybe play the bank in the side with the 2-way cue ball on the end rail?
Well, I've learned from here, so this I'm totally used to this, right?
It looked like he tried to cut it, but look at this. He got away with murder there. Froze the cue ball on the rail, only left the side bank. Tricky. There's a safe shot here too, but it's probably just as tough to execute. But you hit about half of the 3 on the right side and you bank it off the side rail and try to put it back in the way of the 8. This cut that he's looking at is super tough too. Might look a little easier on the table than it does on the screen, but it's got to be real tough with the cue ball on the rail, and probably that left side pocket comes into play. Just can't get any siding on it or any controlled siding on it.
There's a couple of disappearances are starting to go away.
There's a bank corner here too, but I think the scratch in the side is on.
If this is your cue left behind, it's up here at the desk.
You know, it's a good room full of people when somebody leaves their cue behind and they just bring it up to the desk, and there it is, sitting there waiting for you. That won't happen everywhere. Lots of cues just go missing, never to be seen again. Don gets it to 9-8. Yeah, he tried to just play the safe, leave the cue ball on the end rail. That's not bad. He sort of left a natural scratch, I think, to cut this in the top left. So Blair might need to get underneath this cue ball, and then jacked up makes the pot much tougher. Nicola, good one, buddy. Good one. Oh, yeah. You know it, Rod. There's a lot of money in cues. Sounds interesting, James. I've never heard it put quite that way. I play a lot of straight pool. That's what I practice. When I practice by myself, I just play straight pool. Sometimes I'll play like the 9-ball ghost or something, but often I just play straight pool. That's my favorite game to practice. This 8-ball to get it to 9-9. Indeed. Tough game there for Blair. Another quick ad here while we're waiting for a shot on the other table. JB cases, guys. You want to get your hands on one of those, contact us for details. You can send us a message on Facebook, or you can email us, qsportslive@gmail.com. 50-point run's pretty good, James. What kind of table? My high run's only 70 on the 9-foot diamond. I ran 101 on a valley once. On a valley bar box. It's kind of funny. I played a few days before we came out here, and I ran a 61 and then missed a couple balls, a couple games, and then I ran a 49. I still haven't got the century on the 9-foot diamond yet. It's very, very elusive. When I ran 70, it was the 5 racks, and I scratched on the break shot. I had the perfect angle, perfect break shot, pot the ball, scratch. Jen says the Langley boys will win. That's Blair's team. That's Paul Mack that just broke on the left, but it's real tough to rack on that table. Real tough to rack. I think you got to break second ball over there if you're not getting a good rack. Balls don't settle in nice, so going to get a lot of tied up tables. And both tables are a little bit tied up. The 4-10 ball, that's the 10 on the right side rail there on the right table. That's in a weird spot. Tried to go into it right there and caught a pretty deadly horn to end up behind the 5. Oh, that's awesome, James. 36 is still really good. I mean, it's not. Straight pool is not an easy game. It just looks easy. It's a really tough game. And they say it's a lot tougher on the bar box. I don't know how I ran 101. I think I just got lucky. Just more congested on the bar box, I guess, so it's a little tougher. But the century on the diamond is driving me nuts. I play a lot, and I just can't seem to run that century. I run 61, then 49, which is a century if you add it together. It's 110, but it's that, yeah, the miss or two in between, that's deadly. Indeed, Rhonda, I am playing in teams. Playing with Team Machine, the Machine. We won both events last year, and they won the 9-ball teams last night. So we're looking at repeating both team events. That would be fun. And James, yeah, I bet if you're playing with someone playing straight pool, your safety game will go through the roof. Your cue ball control has to be exceptional playing safeties in straight pool. Eight ball in the top right. He did well to work out this table. And he rolls the 8 in nice. That gives him a lead. This match has been all over the place back and forth. 3-0 for collateral damage to start. Then 6-3 for pool hub. 9-6. 9-7. All of a sudden 10-9 for collateral damage. Roller coaster ride this match. Thank you, Rhonda. Thanks for tuning in, as always, too, Rhonda. I don't know how you haven't got one of those top fan badges yet. Like James has got there. Big break on the right. Look at that. How sweet is that break? Looks like stripes all day just because of the 7 ball. But the 15-8 might be an issue, so if I could find a way to break out the 7, then I'll shoot low ball. I don't see any easy way to do that. Maybe from the 1. Could shoot the 3, try to get angle on the 1 to go into it. Usually you want to shoot the balls that are tying up the 8. It's usually the best plan. So if that 8 doesn't go anywhere, then stripes are tricky too. 13's actually in a really weird spot on that right side rail. Could be 10-10 when Paul shoots a 8 ball here on the side. See how he hit that ball too? He could have slow rolled it, but he hit it with just that little bit of stun, so it'll never skid. That's a smart shot from Paul there. You see guys roll that ball all the time, and then all of a sudden it skids and they hate themselves. So it's best anytime you can, just hit it with a little stun shot. Indeed, Brian. We didn't manage to have too much commentary yesterday, but hopefully you guys enjoyed watching all the pool. There were some good matches yesterday. I know I had a couple of good ones. I ran like 6 of my breaks on Lake McKay. Was up 6-2 and like 7-3 when the lights went out. Next thing you know, it was 7-7. And I had to come with a big one. That was a fun match. Broke and ran at 7-7. It was nerve-wracking, to say the least. I was terrified. He's running out of options here on the right. He needs to find a way to get on the 13, and he needs to find a ball that's going to lead him to the 8. If the 8 doesn't pass in the top left, he needs to play the 8 in the side. He's scratching there. He was probably trying to just clip the other side of the ball, the other side of that 13, and nudge it off the rail a bit. Or he was just trying to land behind it and play it in the bottom right, but tricky little shot. Race to 100 takes around an hour. No, that's pretty average for a race to 100 in straight pool. Should take around an hour unless a guy is just running like 80 and then 20. That's the break on the left, the second ball, but he hit it too hard. But that's the break. Just have to find the speed. You guys might have saw me using that yesterday. It wasn't like 100% consistent, but I don't think any break really is. But I was a good 75%, I would say, with that break yesterday on this table on the left. Every table is different, so you got to have a few different breaks up your sleeve. What's up, Joey? Yeah, Blair with the ball in hand on the right shouldn't be a problem for him to clean up. That always helps. He's looking at getting on the 5 next. Need that cue ball on the left side rail, probably above the side pocket from our screen view. Or he can play this 4-5 combination right now. But I like his first plan here. Play draw on this, get on the 5, and then go 2 rails to get on the 6, which is the ball by the 8. He didn't play draw, he just played follow, so he still got the right angle. Just a little further away. Oh, he clobbered it. He hit it much too hard, but I think he's okay. He just needs to hit this with a little more control in the last shot. That's good, but he'd like it to bounce so he's not crashing into the 8 here. Cue ball might be going into the 8, but maybe just half of it so you can still play this with draw. Control the rub on the 8. No, he didn't control the rub properly. Now he's playing the bank, and he's playing it quick. His only saving grace is that 13 is still in such a weird spot. He's called the bank to the top right. He probably makes it. The pocket plays pretty big from there. Blair's a pretty straight shooter. Looked like it maybe double kissed just a hair, sent it wide. Still not easy. This is a similar shot to the one Blair was looking at earlier in the match. The 13, if you can pot it, and if the cue ball will hit the horn and not scratch, I think you're better off going behind it, play it in the bottom right. I'd be really surprised if he shot the 13 first here. Just so risky. People are always scared of that shot. Shooting past the side pocket when the ball's frozen on the rail is not easy. So I don't blame him for being a little concerned. I'd be surprised if he played the bank side off the 13 because you're kind of guessing where the 13 is going to end up. You have to avoid the scratch with the cue ball, so you got to jack up. That's such a tough shot. Is he getting away with it? Look at this. Look at this. The crowd goes wild. He's plugged the hole. Blair can't believe what he's seeing here. He probably can't believe his eyes. Although, if he's looking at it that close, maybe it cheats in. These pockets can be pretty deceiving. Worst case, he maybe plugs the hole. Play it slow and roll the cue ball behind the 12 too if you're really unsure. Oh, he played it pretty heavy. Real good chance for collateral damage to get this to 11-10. Real tight match here. This is a good one. Oh, he missed the 10. Blair can cut this or bank this. I think he probably banks it. just because the cue ball is so close to the rail. It's tough to get any spin to help the cut in. If the cue ball's not on the rail, you can spin this with siding and make the cut a lot easier, but he's called the bank. This is pretty routine bank. Should make this. And he sure does. 11-10 pool hub. But possibly not for long. Collateral damage at the table on the right. Only 2 solids and the 8. Oh, but he rubbed the 8. Is he getting away with it? He looks like he has. I think that 8 will go on the top left by the 13. Looks like it will. He's got a little bit of angle here. He can sort of punch this around off 2 rails. If the 8 ball's tight, you just really want to make sure that the cue ball's not on the rail. And Don's going to be breaking on the right, so real tight match here. This 8 ball to get it to 11-11. Yeah, what a match. Nicola, this has been a good one. Spears it. Just pumps it in. All right, let's watch Donnie's break here on the right. Then I'll flash up a quick ad or two. See if he hits it the same as he did before. He takes a little off. He's got such a good break. Quick shout out to the Mike Burton home team. Go click him a like on Facebook there. Tell him you heard about him on Q Sports Live. And if you're in the Calgary or surrounding area looking at buying or selling or mortgage, you can message us. We'll give you their contact info, or you can find it on their Facebook page there. Are both teams from Vancouver? Yep, or Vancouver area. Really, really good look for Don here on the right to get them on the hill. Big game. Paul Mack's going to be keeping a close eye on the left, too. He's on the left table breaking. He'll be keeping an eye on that game on the right. 2 really important games here. Look at this break from Paul. He just peered it down the middle. The template rack finally worked out. Not the easiest layout on the left, though. The 1 ball and the 10 is in a weird spot. And then the 2-6 is kind of in a funny spot as well. Oh, I think Don misplayed that ball. I'm sure he wasn't trying to go all the way into the 1. He's okay here. Little slow roll to get on the 5 next, or does he punch across for the 5 in the corner rather than the side? No, he plays the slow roll. Soft draw, just soft enough. Now you can play this with top outside or top inside. Play the 8 in the top left or the top right, or if he doesn't like that, he can stay below it. Then he could play the 8 in either side.
This is which is the C qualifier?
I like that shot.
Two move up.
Don't do more than you need to do.
Winner is that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's just fine. All you need to do is pot this ball. Very important on valleys. Just leave yourself a shot. Can make everything from everywhere. Just like that, he wiggles it in, but never really a doubt. Collateral damage on the hill. Another quick shout out here in between shots. My man, Nick's Q Innovation, Nick Manuel. Give him a call. The best in the business, this guy, and at the most fair prices ever. You should really charge more for how good his work is. Really big game on the left here. Collateral damage at the table with a chance to close this out, but has he got a shot here? Can he see enough of the 4 to cut it in? He could, but didn't make it. He left it over the hole, which might do him a favor, maybe buy him another shot. $13-9 rather than 9-13. I'm not sure if that combination is wired up, but if it is, then Paul might be able to use the 12 to break the 10, which is near the 1 ball here. Could potentially get out here. He chose to try to play the safe. Then he came over and kicked the tripod. Gonna get a ref to watch this. He's gonna pot the 1. Definitely a good idea to get the ref to watch this. So we're gonna have Mr. Wayne Knight come on over, take a look. Make sure he hits the 1 ball clean. Wayne takes a look from the shooting perspective. Then he'll come over and take a look from right here, right on top of it. I'll tell him whenever he's ready. That's a good hit. That's actually a really good hit. He cheated the pocket in nicely there. Now he's calling the 2, the 6-2 combo. Off the 2 ball off the rail, off the 11 in. Look at this. Beautiful chance for collateral damage to finish it off here. Oh, and he holds the cue ball nicely. That was a tricky little shot. Tricky little shot there. This might send Pool Hub to the B side, this 8 ball. Not sure. Gentleman on the other table didn't know. He was getting ready to break. He says, I want to play. All right, congrats to collateral damage. Pool Hub's going to head on over to the B side. So the next match is going to be starting right away, guys, like within 5 minutes, but I'm going to shut this down, restart it quick. Another quick couple shouts out here. Prevail handcrafted cues. You'll get to see Team Prevail coming up here right away. They're going to play whoever can make it. Brutal Game Gear. And Graham Realty. Make sure if you haven't already, go to our Facebook page, click the like button, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. That way you get notified every time we go live. We will be back in about 2 minutes, guys. Just going to shut it down, restart it. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you all in a couple minutes. Jamie, it's going to be Team Prevail versus Team Whoever Can Make It.